Hi everybody and welcome back. My name's Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. Today I'm going to take you through a really easy version of Sherlock Holmes theme on the violin. If you want to know where to get a copy of this music, it'll be linked directly underneath this video. It's always free to print out for you. This is a piece of music that I've arranged for you due to the popularity of my piano tutorial that I've also done of this, and that will be linked underneath as well if you want to play it on the piano. So just before I start off this tutorial and go any further, I just want to quickly do a little bit of a plug for my own new website. I've got a new website called www.alisonsparrow.com. It'll be coming up here. Go and have a look there. And it's a new website that I've just developed, which is just basically encapsulate everything that I do on YouTube, but much better categorized into a specific website for piano and violin and theory and all that kind of stuff. So for those of you that might underneath the comments say things like, do you have a video on third position? Do you have a video on pizzicato? Do you have a video on vibrato? That kind of thing. I know that I do have those videos on YouTube, but some of you just find it quite difficult to find those videos. So I've taken all of the thinking out of that and I've placed everything into one website, which has been categorized perfectly. So do have a look there, because there might be some videos there that you might have never seen or didn't even realize that I had available. More tutorials, other tutorials, all that kind of thing. So go and head there, have a look, give me your thoughts and feedback. There's also a blog there as well, which I'm going to be adding to sort of as and when I think I've got something interesting to say. So without further ado, let's get on with the tutorial. So as always, I'm just going to take you through how I've done this. So very simply, I've got all the finger numbers above all the notes, so you know exactly where to put your fingers, and then above that are the strings that you're going to be on. For example, third finger on G, third finger on D, third finger on D, second finger on D, third finger on D, fourth finger, and so on. So all this is on the D string until it tells you to change to the A string. Now this is only 12, 13. This is only 15 bars long, so it's probably going to be the shortest tutorial I've ever done, but it's a little bit of an awkward one. So I'm just going to take you through step by step where all the fingers are going to go, because there's no kind of standard as to where they're going to go. They're just going to sort of just go here and there. So I'll take you through all of that. So what we're going to start off with is third finger on the G in a normal position. So you're going to start with the third finger in G in normal position, then you're going to go over to the third finger on the D string in the normal position, then you've got another one of those, another G. In the second bar, the second measure, you've got a second finger, which is an F sharp. That is going to be jammed in right next to the third finger. That's really, really important. Now guys, where you put your fingerings on this is going to be really, really important. This piece is a bit of it's a really nice tune, but it's just a bit of a weird tune. So you haven't got your second fingers in the same place all the time. You haven't got your third fingers in the same. Everything is just different all the time depending on all the strings. So you really need to pay attention to this part and get your fingering right. Otherwise it's just going to sound a bit of a mess. It's just going to sound a little bit like that. Nobody wants it to sound like that. So in the second measure then, so we're going to be putting the second finger jammed in right behind the third finger. Then we've got a normal third finger, and then we've got a fourth finger, which is an A flat, and that is going to be jammed in next to the third finger. So basically you've got your third finger there for that G, second finger's jammed in, the fourth finger's going to be jammed in around it, okay? Then we do in the third measure, the second finger is now back. So what that means is that the second finger is now back jammed in next to the first finger. The C you've got on the A string. After that, just simply just keep it in the same position and just slide it across. So let me take you through that really slowly. So can you see when I did I brought the second finger back. And then going on to the second line, you've already got the second finger in the right place there. So for that E flat you've got there, can you see when I just had that third finger down a second ago, the fourth finger is going to be jammed in exactly like we did on the D string. Going on to the third line. So now you've got a second finger. You want to just make sure that you've got enough for your second finger to roll over. What I generally tend to do is, instead of placing on the very fingertip like I normally would, I would sort of half place it, or sort of half into the finger, so that I had enough room to roll it over to the A string. Otherwise I'm not going to have enough finger, and I certainly don't want to go, because I don't want the E string in the middle, so I know I've got to roll over, so I prepare the finger so that I'm not on the tip. I've got just enough room so that when I roll, I then end up on the tip of the finger. So it's the same fourth finger that we had next to the third. And then the first finger is back. Okay, moving on to the third line, keep the second finger where it is. So the second finger is back next to the first. Fourth finger goes next to the third. First finger back. Fourth finger next to the third. Fourth finger jammed in next to the third. So there we go. I don't have a performance video of this, only it would not be too long. But I'll tell you what I could do. I could just play it through now for you so you can hear it all. And then it's up to you whether you want to play that how many times through. I don't have a backing track or anything, like I said, is it really is only about 15 bars long. So to be perfectly honest, it just wasn't worth doing a performance video for a piece that is going to be about 20 seconds long. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and like I said, don't forget to visit my website where all this will be available, and I've got a blog and all that kind of stuff. That will be linked in the description bar underneath, so go and check out my new website, and if you've got any feedback for it, that would be great. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.